What if your very first breath is nearly your last? Imagine this. You're in a jeepney, traffic blaring, people shouting. In the middle of that chaos, a woman gives birth. But something's wrong. The baby is not breathing. In the hospital parking lot, a doctor fights to bring him back. The next day, the Manila headline reads, "Jeepney baby saved." That boy now stands before you. Life seemed to be saying, "Buckle up, kid. It's going to be a wild ride." At 7, I lost my dad. As the eldest son, I step up to be the man of the house. I learned to be strong, but I also began to believe I have to earn love by achieving more. Have you ever achieved something big only to feel empty? I call this the happiness gap, the disconnect between success and fulfillment. What if the missing piece isn't more achievement, but deeper alignment? John Maxwell said, "Success is when I add value to myself. Significance is when I add value to others." So the question is, can we have both? I believe we can. Over 30 years working with leaders, I discovered a pattern. Those who bridge success and significance build from the inside out. It's about aligning who you are, how you connect, and how you contribute. I distill this into 3 simple words: me, we, world. Align all 3, and we thrive. But neglect one, and we pay a price. So let's explore each dimension. The longest relationship you'll ever have is not with your partner, and definitely not with your boss. It's with yourself. But how are you investing in that relationship? I learned the hard way. As a kid, I was bullied, punched, laughed at. Some days, I just wanted to disappear. So I sprinted through life as a hyperachiever, believing that if I just did more, I'd finally be enough. For a while, it worked. I earned my scholarship. I landed a job at a global consumer goods company. Then one morning at work, my hands start shaking. My mind goes blank. I realize I need help. I burn out, and I feel like a failure. I spent my life proving my worth instead of owning my worth. Integrity is our relationship with ourselves, and I've traded it for external validation. Self-love is not only embracing our gifts, but also embracing our scars that we try to hide. And we love ourselves, we also become more compassionate with others. My friend Chip Conley once said, "If you don't know who you are, you become what you do." So who are you when you're not trying to prove yourself? And how are you living in alignment with your values? Now, let's talk about we. In my 30s, I'm in California for a job interview with a company known for creating stories people love. My heart's pounding. Then, the chief strategy officer asked, "What makes you different?" My response, "I'm a child at heart." Awkward silence. "What do you mean?" I share how volunteering as a facilitator taught me to be present, mindful, and think with a childlike wonder. It also opened my heart to be present and open-hearted. The next day, the phone rings. The others spoke about credentials. You spoke about character. We want you. I'm ecstatic and I start doing my lance dance. Then someone knocks at my door. I slowly open it, and there it is, my imposter syndrome. Did you just get lucky? What if you fail? Don't worry, this is all happening in my head. I don't have an imaginary friend. But do these voices sound familiar to you? I could have played small just like when I was a kid. But instead, I got curious. I started inviting them for coffee, asking what motivates them and what worries them. And here's what I discovered. First, people open up more outside the meeting room. Second, when people feel valued, they stop competing and start collaborating. And guess what? Sometimes a drink at happy hour deepens our connection. You see, trust is not built when everything's going well. Trust is built when we show up for each other in difficult times. Studies show that high-performing teams excel with psychological safety, where people feel safe to think differently and to take risks. Why? Because leading with compassion inspires creativity, but leading with fear creates toxic culture. Now let's talk about world. In my 40s, I found myself wide awake at 2 a.m., wondering, is this all? I felt like my inner child was asking me to pause, reflect, and realign. So I listened. I took a sabbatical, and I traveled across 5 continents. I volunteered there, and one evening, in the stillness of the African savannah, I asked, how can I use my voice more courageously to help create more meaningful impact? And in that moment, my mission became clearer, to inspire more leaders to help transform more lives. When I came home, I joined a major tech company, and I piloted the coaching program. It later became an award-winning global initiative. But the real win? It was watching conscious leaders pass it on and create ripples of change. Finally, everything's falling into place. Then, in my 50s, life brought me face to face with my own mortality. I needed heart surgery. Lying there, I asked, if life gives me more time, how do I want to use it? My heart whispers back, think expansively, lead consciously, and live fully. It became the core of me, we, world. So I made a shift from career to calling, and I left my job to serve the broader community. And I learned something else. Sometimes being strong means being vulnerable and brave enough to say, I can't do this alone. You see, when we ask for help, we give others the opportunity to co-create and to contribute and make meaningful impact. So, how are you using your gift to serve others? And just as important, who could you invite to help you create something bigger than yourself? That second breath I took as a newborn wasn't just a miracle. It's a reminder that every day is an opportunity to love who you are, to help others thrive, and to leave your legacy. Me, we, world are not milestones you reach. They are choices you make every single day. So, I want to leave you with a gift. One you can practice in your own time. I want you to join me in this short exercise. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Think about your me. What part of you is quietly asking for love and acceptance? Now think about your we. Who in your life needs to hear from you today? And your world. When your story is told one day, how would you like to be remembered? Open your eyes. Imagine the world we could create together if all of us are living in alignment with our me, we world. My friends, life is not a resume, it's a mission.